Hello students and welcome back. So in today's lecture we are going to discuss about few formatting features of OpenOffice Writer. Okay, so let's get started. So our first topic is word wrap. So what is a word wrap? You may have seen that when we are writing a text in any text editor, or if we are writing any text in OpenOffice, when we reach at the end of a particular line, if we type something more, automatically it goes to the next line. Like here I am typing, hi there, we are learning. Then if we start typing here OpenOffice, then automatically the OpenOffice word will go to the next line. You can see that it moves to the next line. So this feature is called the word wrap. So word wrap means whenever we reach at the end of the line, automatically the word will be sent to the next line. This feature, you can go to the next line by pressing the enter button. Like if we press enter here, you can see the cursor is blinking on the next line. But word processor provide this feature. So this is called word wrap. Next is non-printing characters. So what are non-printing characters? While we are typing a document, you can see there are various non-printing characters like space, tab, enter. So when we are typing this, when you are pressing the space bar, it gives a small gap. When you are pressing a tab, it gives a longer gap, and when you are pressing the enter, it goes to the next line. But these are not printed in the paper, so sometimes you may need to see where the non-printing characters are placed in your document when your document is highly formatted. Okay, so for that feature you have to turn on the show hide tool. So this is the show hide tool, non-printing characters. By clicking on it, you can see all the non-printing characters on the document. So let's click on it. So after I click, you can see some places it is displaying a dot, in some places it is displaying an arrow, and in some places this is displaying a symbol. So this tree has three different meanings. So the dot represents a space, an arrow represents a tab, and this symbol represents the enter. So let's try. Here I'm pressing the enter key. You can see the enter symbol appears here. I'm pressing space. You can see dots are appearing, and if I'm pressing tab, so the arrow is representing the tabs. Okay, so these are few basic features. Now let's talk about few formatting features. So here I have prepared a document to show you some formatting features. What formatting features? So let's see one by one. First, we are going to see the formatting features applicable on the font. So here that name is character. So how to open it? Format, then go to character. First, we need to select the text. So let's select this sentence. Selected. Now we are going to apply some formatting features on it. So what are the formatting features available in the character group? So the first is font types. That is, we can select the different font type from here, the typeface and the size also. The text is displayed here. You can see how it will look like. So let's select it. Then font effect means you means you can provide some colors here. So I'm choosing this color. Then you can give some effect, that capital, lowercase, title, small case. So capitals means if you select it, all will become capital like this. Some other options are there also. You just explode it by yourself. Now the position. So you can position the text at the superscript, at the subscript position, or you can keep it normal as it is. So superscript, subscript, you already know about this. Then you can place a hyperlink behind a text. You know what is a hyperlink, you have learned in HTML. And background color, you can provide a background color to the text. So I am providing this greenish background. So let's click on OK. So you can see our text is changed. So this is the text features. So these text features you can apply through the format and the character group. Inside the character group there are various options. So let's explore the you explore the options. Okay, next is paragraph formatting. Paragraph formatting, so this is line formatting or text formatting. Next is paragraph formatting. So let's consider that this is our paragraph. First one is, this is our paragraph, so we format this paragraph only, or let's take some portion of this from here. So we will consider this as a paragraph and we will format this paragraph. So for that, again go to the format tab and click on the paragraph. So a paragraph dialog box appears. There are various options. So what are these options? First one is indentation. So indentation means it denotes that before the text how much portion will be left, how much gap will be given. So before text there are various options: before text, after text, and first line. So let's select before text, and I'm giving some, here the value is given in inch, so I'm giving some value. As you can see, when I am increasing the value, this preview shows me how it will look like after I apply the formatting. So I am giving here 0.4, so I am giving 0.5 and click on OK. So you can see that the text is appearing 0.5 inch forward than the other text. So this is the use. So similarly, we can apply the first line, or this is also called the hanging indent. Hanging indent means in this case the first line will be sent forward. So like I'm giving here 1, the value I'm giving 1 inch. So you can see the first line will be put forward. Click on OK. You can see the first line is moving forward, leaving the rest of the lines at their previous position. So this is also called the hanging indent or the first line indentation. Okay, so remember this. So next, moving forward to the other topics. So there is spacing. This is paragraph spacing and this is line spacing. Paragraph spacing denotes the gap after each paragraph. So let's delete the remaining blank spaces. So now there is no blank space. So now we are going to change the paragraph spacing. So format paragraph. So above paragraph how much portion I want to leave, and after the paragraph. So before the paragraph I want to leave 1.5 inch gap, and after the paragraph I want to leave 1 inch gap. So click on OK. You can see that before the paragraph and after the paragraph there are gaps, but this gap is larger because it is 1.5 inch I have given and this is 1 inch. So again, now the line spacing. So this is also another important feature. So line spacing, there are various options. You can see 1.5 line, double line, proportional, at least. So I better suggest at least, because here we can give the value in inch, in decimal inch. So I am giving the value, suppose 0.5. That means between each line there will be 0.5 inch gap. So click on OK. So you can see that these texts are appearing in a different manner and these texts are appearing in a different manner. Here the gap between each line is 0.5 inch. That's why it is appearing like this. So this way we can change various properties. So what we have learned, the indentation, for first line indentation you can try after the text, the spacing before the paragraph, after the paragraph, and the line spacing means gap between the lines. Now let's come to the alignment. Alignment is a very common property for a text. That means it allows the text to be left aligned, right aligned, center aligned, and justify aligned. So now our text is left aligned. So from here you can choose right, center, justified, whatever you like. Okay, so I keep it at left. Then other properties are also there. We're going to discuss it later. Next one is drop cap. Drop cap is one of the common and powerful feature of a text editor, that it looks like that the first letter of a paragraph or of a sentence appearing bigger than the remaining part. So let's see how does it look. So display drop cap. You can see that this is the preview. So number of characters, how many characters we can drop we can select here. Here it is selected 1, so we are going to make 3. So they are, our first word is there. So this is, I'm selecting. How many lines we will include after it? Here it is given 3. I am including 2 lines. And space to text, we can give some space also after the larger word. So I'm giving some space. Click on OK. So you can see this is the use of drop cap. You have seen this kind of formatting in some newspapers also. So going to the next topic. Then the borders. You can apply the border to a particular paragraph. So here is a different border style. There is no border, box border, side border, top and bottom border, and left border only. So I better choose the box border. Here, from here you can choose the style, and many other options are there. You just explore it out and click on OK. So you can see the border is appearing around the text. So this is the text for paragraph formatting. So first we have done text formatting, then the paragraph formatting. Now let's move forward to the page formatting. So again, go to the format and page. Here you can see various options are there. So first we are going to select the page option. From here you can choose the page size. So generally we are using A4 pages. So here the option you should choose A4. So then automatically the size will appear. You can choose the orientation, that means portrait or landscape, but whatever you need, you choose it. Now the margins, these are very important. Margins means that in a text editor, in a page, you will have 4 margins: top, right, bottom and left. So generally all the margins are equal to each other. Like you can see here, automatically it is given 0.779. You can change the margin size at your wish. Like I am changing the left and right margin to 1. Here also I am making 1, and the top and bottom I am making 1.5. Okay, so click on OK. You can see at the top it is larger gap, at the side it is smaller gap, and the page margin also changed. Again, then next go to the background. Background means you can select the background color of the entire page, like we have done as the text formatting. So I'm choosing this background. Next, columns and borders. Columns means a text can be displayed in various columns like a newspaper. Like here we have some previews. This is the 1 column preview, 2 column with equal size, 3 column with equal size, and 2 column with different sizes. We can change the values also. Now go to the format, page, and go to the columns. Select the column numbers, means how many columns do you need. Suppose I need 4 columns, 1 2 3 4 columns we need. So I selected 4 columns and click on OK. So you can see the entire page, all the texts are displayed in 4 columns. I did not choose any space between them. See here, spacing is 0 is given. So let's give some space like 0.2520. Click on OK. Now you can see some spaces are between the columns. So it is displaying like a newspaper. So in this way, if you need more columns, you can change the columns. Not only that, you can select, you can here all the columns have the same width. You can change the width also by selecting the auto, by ticking off the auto width option. From here you can select the sizes, first column, second column, third column, and the fourth column also. We can change the size from here. Okay, then the borders. The border is similar to the paragraph border. Here you can provide the border to the entire page. So I am applying this border and I'm selecting this border, thick border. So click on OK. You can see the border is appearing around the page. So this is the use of the page option. So in the format group, we have learned today the character option, paragraph option, and the page option. You may ask that in the page option, footer and header are remaining. The header and footer and footnote, these options we are going to discuss in the next class. Okay, so I hope you understand all the topics I have discussed today. So that's all for today's lesson. Thank you and have a nice day.